Today we are discussing the vintage reissued V6H. Hey, James G here with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. You can find us at tarpleymusic.com. Please subscribe to the channel below if you have not already. So the vintage brand reissued V6. James, is this just another double cutaway S-style guitar at a certain price point? No, I don't think it is at all. I think there's a lot of details that they've put into this. A lot of people tend to maybe cut those corners in order to, keep profits or whatever, but they didn't. So if you're starting from the headstock here, these are easy lock tuners with staggered poles. So it's a very great secure lock, very consistent because of the staggering. This is it's 43 millimeter Graphtec, so very smooth nut. This is a maple neck with like a soft C shape. It's extremely comfortable. You got a 10-inch radius, so it's still a nice, good, flat, playable surface. You can really get some good bends on there because it's not not so curved, right? And then you've got the alder body. It's a complete alder body with all the contours that you would expect traditionally in a guitar like this. It's extremely comfortable against the body. And so in pickups, you've got your two single coils here, staggered pole. Once again, volume's going to be very consistent across those. And then you've got your humbucker back here for your high gain. You're going to melt someone's face off with a solo. You can do that. Of course, your standard 5-way switch. Volume knob, tone knob for neck and middle, tone knob for middle and bridge pickup. Let's talk about the bridge. So this vibrato bridge has got a lot of great features on it that you really don't see, especially, like I said, at this price point. So you've got the trem bar itself, or the vibrato bar, is actually a push-in style because the other ones are threaded. So you got your turny in it, and then it tends to hang like this because it doesn't stay tight. And then whatever height your threading is at, that's what level your trem bar is going to be at. So you can actually adjust the tension of this, and you can have it at whatever comfortable height that you might want it real close to the body or up. You can actually just lift right back here, and you can tighten it with an Allen wrench, and you can tighten the tension from there. It's really nice, comfortable bar. And then that is actually staggered poles now, or staggered holes. So what does that mean? Well, traditionally the G string and the low E string tend to be a bother, right? The G string is, the furthest back on the saddle, and it's usually the highest up because this radius has to match the radius of the neck, right? So that's why it's kind of hard to keep in tune a lot of times. So when you stagger and pull that block back a little bit, it keeps it very, very consistent with the angling and everything like that. I mean, it's just every little detail matters, right? But let's make it extremely affordable, and they did. So we're going to do some play testing on this, and we're just going to go through position 1 through 5, go through some of the different pickups so you can hear what this thing sounds like. So how we have the guitar going in is we're going through a Strymon Sunset. It's a dual overdrive pedal. And then I'm going right into the Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master, and it's got an XLR balance out, so we're going just directly out of the amp into the interface into Studio One. Okay, so we're going to start on position 5. So this is your neck pickup. This is all your warmth, right? So we got just a little bit of overdrive from the Sunset. Cool, moving on to position 4. So now we've got the neck and the middle pickup. It's also been called the sweet spot. So it's really great for a lot of rhythmic playing. So we're going to overdrive that up a little bit. So now we're position 3. So this is just our middle pickup. Overdrive. Very controlled, kind of ovally sound. Position 2, now we're adding that bridge humbucker. So we're really going to start getting a little bit more punch now in high end. Overdrive on that. So finally, position 1. So this is the humbucker that we've got going, and you're going to notice that it's going to be really articulate and it's going to have a lot of high. This is great for where your solo playing is and a lot of output. So now we're going to put the overdrive on that, and if you'll notice, you really start hearing some harmonics come out too. So now we want to hear what this thing can sound like with some other tracks. So I made some backing tracks earlier, and we're going to do some rhythm and some lead parts on top of that so you can kind of hear it in the mix. We're going to do position 2 and position 5 into position 1. So, all right, hit it, boys. So as you can see, this is a very versatile HSS-based guitar. A lot of great detail in keeping it tuned. Just overall, I'm just really, really impressed with the vintage brand stuff. I'm excited about being able to do a lot more of the other models also. But this is just, I mean, it's kind of a one-stop gig worker. It's got all the capabilities you need between your single coils and your humbucker pickups and the versatility of all those tones. Nice, just 22 frets, medium. It's a 25.5 scale length. I mean, it's just, so it's a lot of that standard stuff that's worked for a long time with a little bit extra on some of the parts that matter, you know, the bridge and some things like that. So these are just wonderful. You've got to get down to Tarpley, pick up some of these vintage brand guitars off the wall. Of course, there's a lot of different styles, not just the V6 in this double cutaway. So come on down. So if you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. And if you'd like to know as more videos drop, just turn on notifications. We'll see you on the next one.